Tonight we have new details about what exactly led up to a deadly shooting at a 7-Eleven gas station on Warwick Boulevard in Newport News. News 3's Leandra had uncovered court documents and has those details.
A tragic crime scene Friday evening at this 7-Eleven gas station in Newport News as police and investigators collected evidence trying to figure out why someone would want to take 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr.'s life. Court documents reveal the deadly shooting all started over a conversation about tattoos. 24-year-old Michael Faison was standing outside of the 7-Eleven gas station when a woman in a blue dress walked out of the gas station, catching his eye. Court documents reveal the woman was walking towards the parking lot of the 7-Eleven when she turned around to talk to Faison about tattoos and gave Faison her number. The conversation didn't sit well with the woman's boyfriend, 28-year-old Divine Jackson. Court documents say Jackson walked up to her and Faison, asking why Faison was talking to his girlfriend. An affidavit reveals Jackson then slapped Faison twice. Jackson took out a handgun, stepped towards Faison, and pointed it at Faison's face at a close range. Court documents say Faison took a step back, lifting his hands up in a non-threatening manner. Jackson's girlfriend states that Jackson, whose nickname is Sauce according to court documents, shot Faison. 24-year-old Faison later died at the hospital. Court documents reveal Jackson and his girlfriend ran towards the gas pumps and got into a black BMW sedan. Investigators found the BMW later that night and arrested Jackson at his home in Newport News. 28-year-old Divine Jackson is being charged with second-degree murder and the use of a firearm to commit a felony. Leandra Het, News 3.
They're following up on a deadly shooting at a 7-Eleven in Newport News 2 years ago. News 3 has obtained some surveillance video of what led up to that shooting that left a 24-year-old man dead and another behind bars.
Surveillance video shows the gunman, 30-year-old Divine Jackson, walking up to the victim, 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr., with a gun in hand. Court documents say the victim complimenting the gunman's girlfriend's tattoos led up to that deadly shooting. July 8, 2022 is the day 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr. was murdered. I first brought you this story 2 years ago when I combed through court documents. Take a look at this video. You can see the gunman's girlfriend walking out of the 7-Eleven convenience store on Warwick Boulevard when she catches the eye of Michael Faison Jr. The two start chatting, but court documents say the conversation didn't sit well with the woman's boyfriend, 30-year-old Divine Jackson. After the two exchange words, Jackson walks up and approaches the man with a gun in hand. He then punches Faison. Moments later, Jackson shoots and kills Faison. And a few moments later, surveillance video shows Jackson and his girlfriend running away from the crime scene. A Newport News jury found Jackson guilty of first-degree murder last summer, which has a mandatory sentence of at least 20 years. Jackson is awaiting sentencing. I spoke to attorney Jeremy Mason with Mason Legal, who is not connected to the case, about sentencing guidelines.
There's a strong chance you could give him life because I think judges want to deter this, the type of senseless killing. Based off how the video looks, premeditated, it was senseless killing. The guy was not threatened at all. Technically, his hands was up.
Faison's family was too distraught to do an interview, but his sister released this statement about the gunman, saying, quote, "I don't want him ever getting out. I want him to stay in prison forever. I miss my brother. He worked at Jiffy Lube off of J. Clyde Morris Boulevard," end quote. The gunman, Divine Jackson, is scheduled to be sentenced Friday morning in the Newport News Circuit Court. We'll update you once he is sentenced. I'm Leandra Het, News 3. A Newport News judge sentenced 30-year-old Divine Jackson to life in prison for shooting and killing 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr. That homicide happened at a Newport News 7-Eleven gas station in July of 2022, and it was all caught on camera. The victim's family says that they are pleased with that sentence.
Finally relieved that it's over. I do believe the family is remorseful. Him, I'm not so much believing, but he didn't really sound remorseful.
Melanie Faison, Michael Faison Jr.'s mother, believes justice was served in court for her son's killer.
He's not getting out anytime soon. You know, like it was pointed out, Mikey's not going to be able to get married. He's not going to have any kids. You know, not going to be maybe walk his sisters down the aisle at some point.
Surveillance video shows the gunman, Jackson, walking up to the victim, 24-year-old Michael Faison Jr. with a gun in hand. Court documents say the victim was complimenting the gunman's girlfriend's tattoos which led to the deadly shooting. After the judge sentenced the 30-year-old to life in prison, he turned around and looked at the victim's family to apologize. Jackson read a statement in court saying that his impulsive reaction took another man's life. He said, quote, "I never intended to kill an innocent man," end quote. Jackson also stated that he was drunk when he shot Faison. Before the judge sentenced Jackson, his mother took the stand, asking the judge to be lenient with the sentence. In addition to the life sentence for murder, the judge also gave Jackson 3 years for the firearm in commission of a felony charge. In Newport News, I'm Leandra Head, News 3.
First and foremost, RIP to the young brother who lost his life in this senseless situation. This right here is sad, bro. The man who committed the crime is obviously a very weak, mentally insecure individual. This is the man who lacks emotional intelligence. This is a man who don't know how to control his emotions. And the reality is, the same woman that he threw his life away for, she will be moving on and dealing with another man. Think about how crazy that is. You threw your life away for nothing. And there are a lot of men out here who lacks self-control, emotional intelligence, and those dudes need help because mentally they are not in their right mind. And that's why it's sad. I mean, he did get life. He definitely deserved that. This was uncalled for, and I feel bad for that young man family. Extremely sad. And what's even more sad about this situation, his girlfriend moved on like nothing ever happened. Even though at the time her boyfriend murdered that young man, she got back in the car with her boyfriend. She left with her boyfriend. Now, you will think if a woman sees a man commit a crime like that, she will take off running. But his girl got right back in the car with him and left with him. Why? Because she knows the type of man that she got. She was the one who chose him. And that's why you can't feel bad for women in situations like this because, and I hate to say it, bro, but a lot of times they are the common denominator. Why? Because she chose that guy. She knew that man ain't got no self-control, no emotional intelligence. She know that. But see, most women, most birds, they think that type of shit is fun. They go, "Oh, he's crazy, girl. Oh, that nigga's so crazy." And here's the reality, bro. Some people love to play with fire until they get burned. And then when they get burned, it's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know the fire got hot." And again, the sad part about it is she's already on to the next dude. And she's going to choose another dude like him. Why? Because it's fun. And here's the reality about birds, fellas, about women like this. They don't want a man who got emotional intelligence. They don't want a man who is disciplined. They don't want a man who got self-control because it's boring to them. They want to play with guys who need help and call it toxic. They want to deal with men like this. Men who lacks self-discipline and say, "Oh, he's so toxic, girl, I love that." And then when shit like this happen, fellas, they just move on to the next one. That's why as men, we got to be wise out here, bro. You really got to self-improve, fam. Protect y'all mental, fam. These women be playing with y'all. This right here is sad, man. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, fellas. Be wise out here. Keep away from negative energy and just live a better life. I'm out.
Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.